Hello everybody and welcome to the official introduction video that I'm going to post for my YouTube channel because I actually have time to make it. I am by no means an expert at YouTube at all. I am learning new things every day and every time I use the platform. Recently I have been clearing out my social media accounts and I have just been wanting to focus on one platform instead of multiple platforms. So I no longer have Instagram, I no longer use Snapchat, I don't use TikTok. I don't even have Facebook anymore because I would like to focus on other things in my life and I would like to, stay focused on where I want to go and what I want to do. And I find that over the past couple of years recently, I haven't had a need for social media and it doesn't really make me into a person that I want to be. It makes me into a person that is lazy, a person that posts way too much, and is too obsessed with a presence online, like most people are, because we're all kind of a slave to social media. That's just kind of how our life is currently. And I decided I wanted to make YouTube videos and I wanted to share information on YouTube. And I just want to make videos on more meaningful topics in life instead of superficial topics or instead of things that people don't often talk about on social media. I don't want to follow the norm. I don't want to follow what everyone else is doing. I want to do my own personal videos for people to watch that may or may not be interested in them and share my own personal insight from my life so that hopefully I can help someone else have a better perspective on their life or a better insight on how they should, view life, I suppose. And that is kind of my goal. With that being said, let me get into the purpose of why I made this video. Sometimes I talk way too much and I blab on and on, so we should get to the point. That is what editing's for. My name is Siska. I am a university student. I just finished my second year of university. I am studying psychology as my major and I have an English minor. And my course is a 4-year course. So after I graduate, I'm hoping to get my master's degree, but we will see how that goes because I'm not sure what will happen in my life in the next 2 years. Now, this is a little bit of ethnic background about me. I was born in South Africa. Some people know this, some people don't. But I'm not Canadian, so sometimes people will insult me because they think I'm Canadian, but I'm not Canadian, which is a weird thing. I moved to Canada when I was 9 years old, and after that I moved 3 more times. Here is a picture of the flag, the country. I was born down here somewhere. Here are one of our animals. I'm kind of covering this part of the slide a little bit, but this is a springbok, which is like a deer, a jumping deer if you translate it to English. They have a proper English word for it, but I don't remember what it is. And we have a rand. That is what our currency is in South Africa. So the rand has pictures of national animals such as the tiger, the buffalo, the lion, the elephant, and the rhinoceros. And then the cactus tree here in the middle is a prickly pear cactus, which you can actually eat the purple stuff, like fruits that you can eat. So it's quite interesting. I used to love eating that, and you don't get any of it here, obviously. Now, there's a lot of information that I could tell you about my country. There's a lot of facts and a lot of lifestyle information that I could tell you about my country, but I could make another video on that, in the future if anyone is interested in actually wanting to know about my country. Moving on, I have a lot of different hobbies. I like to do painting, I like rock climbing, I like to write, I like to ride my skateboard sometimes, I like to ride my bicycle in the summertime, I like to hike. I'm very adventurous, so I find that I have many different interests. This slide basically shows you a bunch of my interests. This picture down here of the motorcycle is a picture I took of the Grand Bend motorcycle race last year, I believe. And I also just recently got my M1, so I will be doing my M2 course in July. Hopefully, I will pass that as well, because then I will actually have my M2 license and I will be legally allowed to ride a motorcycle. So I'm pretty excited for that. So we'll see how that goes. And this motorcycle on the top here is of my brother's old motorcycle that he sold, but it was a cruiser, a Yamaha cruiser. It was pretty nice, but it was way too big for me, so there's no way I could ever ride that, I don't think. I will probably start off on something small like the Yamaha MT-03. I think that's kind of the motorcycle that I would want to start on personally. Alright, so here is an example of rock climbing that I did recently. Well, it's not as recent, but it was a year or two ago. I did rock climbing for a short while. I'm not doing it currently right now. I did it because I was trying to get over my fear of heights, and I was trying to get over my fear of falling from higher levels. I did actually succeed in becoming less afraid of heights and less afraid of falling. It definitely varies on my anxiety level depending on the situation that I am in. Another thing that I did for my birthday, I believe last year or the year before that, is I went to the factory and I climbed this ginormous course, which, by the way, stressed me out so much. I was sweating the whole time. I had to take multiple pauses because this course was ginormous and it was really high up on the ground. And I even zip lined to the other side of the course. You cannot climb down that side of the course. You have to zip line back to the other side to be able to get down. So it was a great accomplishment for me, but it was severely stressful as well. Now, I would just like to talk a little bit about my beliefs and how I was raised as a child and in my home. I was raised as a Christian. I was raised in a Christian home. Both my parents are Christian, and a lot of my family members are Christian. Some of them are not Christian or don't really believe in anything. I am more a reformed or traditional Christian. I'm not really sure what you would call it in English, but there are so many different denominations. It's kind of crazy how many different types there are. Me and my family believe that God is three in one, so the Holy Spirit, Jesus, and God, they're three in one. And we believe in Jesus' resurrection and that he rose again on the third day. I personally call myself a struggling Christian because my faith in God has been very up and down. I wouldn't say that I'm a strong Christian, but I wouldn't say that I'm a unbeliever at all either. Over the years, I have greatly struggled with my belief in God, and it's always been up and down. Sometimes I completely ignore him and don't focus on him in my life, and then other times I find myself wanting to know him, wanting to work on my faith, work on my relationship with God. And it's just very difficult for me personally, and I'm not the only one that has this problem, but I would like to improve and increase my relationship with God and my faith, but I do struggle with it a lot at many different stages of my life. It definitely does help that my university has a couple of clubs for Christians. So I do go to Christian clubs at my school, and it really does help give me a little bit of a boost. But the fact is that everyone has to make a personal decision on whether they want to believe in God or not. And at the end of the day, it is your choice to read your Bible, to go to church, do the things that you're supposed to do in order to serve God. And I fall short from that every day because I am not consistent as I should be. I don't really read my Bible all the time. I would say that I live a morally good life in most instances. I am kind of just in my action. I'm not perfect, obviously. I make a lot of mistakes, don't get me wrong. But I try to make decisions according to what would be right. Adding on to that, I am baptized. I was baptized a couple years ago, and it was a very interesting experience. I would say that if you are baptized as an adult, you are supposed to really leave your old life behind and actually pursue God more. But I find that life challenges me personally, and usually within my life, I struggle to gravitate towards God. There's a lot of people that say, oh, you're supposed to go to God when you struggle, and I find myself going the opposite way. I haven't discovered exactly why it is that way, that I go away from God instead of towards God, but I am trying to be a little bit better in my relationship. And my goal is to work on it more this summer. The last section of my introduction video that I want to talk about is the connections and socials that I have. It includes other websites and sites that I think is pretty beneficial to me and to other people, or can be beneficial to other people. These are also just other ways that you can connect to me and other ways that you can either support me or support a cause. So I have provided my Linktree information down here. One of the main links that you will find on my Linktree is my website. It is something I have been working on for the last 3 years, and it is always being updated. I am always adding something to it when I have the time. I am always trying to develop it more when I have the time. Currently, my all about me page, like my about the author page, is not working properly, so I'm not sure what's going on with that right now, but I am working on fixing it eventually. Up here you will see the website link to my website, and my website has a bunch of different features. I have a privacy policy that I wrote and developed for people that are on my site. I have a blog section where I write anything and everything that I want to write about. I have, as you can see here, I have a psychology section. I have controversial topics, and everyone read to your own discretion. I am very straightforward and I do not cut corners, so I am very straight to the point about what I think and what I feel. But obviously, not everyone has to agree with that, and not everyone has to see things the way that I see it, or view life in the way that I view life, which is perfectly fine. It's not necessary for everyone to think the same. I also have a God and faith section where I talk more about my relationship with God and tips on how to improve your relationship with God. I have a prayer request section, and I have many other things. I have a amateur poems page where I basically post all of my amateur poetry. So you can read that if you want to. It's quite interesting, that's for sure. The second most important topic I want to discuss is a petition that I started earlier in 2024 of last year. The petition is about abolishing porn and OnlyFans accounts on all social media platforms. I am starting off small because to abolish something that is normalized in society, it will take a lot more than just myself to make that happen. And I am fully aware of that. Don't get me wrong. I don't want you to be. You guys are probably thinking, well, she's quite naive. She doesn't know what she's doing because there's no way that you can abolish OnlyFans and porn accounts on all social media platforms because they are run by the users as well as the people that allow the content to be on the social platforms. I get that 100%. I would like to start small and hopefully I can be more educated and knowledgeable about how I can help stop porn and OnlyFans accounts from being accessed by young boys and girls that are not aware of the impact that it makes in someone's life. I am hoping that by starting a petition, it will create awareness and it will reach more people that I may be able to connect with in order to stop porn and OnlyFans sites from being allowed on social media platforms. Eventually, my goal is to go bigger, as I have said, and to fight for the overall issue of porn and other sexual related addictions. My target audience is everyone all over the world. I'm targeting Justin Trudeau, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and so on. I'm trying to target the people that are higher up in power that might be able to help make change happen. It's kind of strange because earlier last year in 2024, TikTok was supposed to be banned, and then it was banned for like a day or so, and then it came back. I don't think that is effectively helping us in our society, and it is not effectively helping the users from accessing information or inappropriate content that they should not be viewing in the first place. The other issue is that everyone's on social media. That includes kids. Even though there's age restrictions on the apps, kids are still able to lie about their age and get onto the app and to the social media account. And some parents don't even mind that their kids are on social media, despite the amount of content they should not be viewing at a young age. If you would like to know more about the petition, please feel free to click on the link that I have provided. If you want to know more about what my goal is for this petition and more about what my goal is overall for this cause, you can feel free to read everything about it in the petition section. The petition also has comments that are made by other people on why they want to support this cause as well. It is not just me that cares about this. There's 57 people currently that is interested in change. It shows you that not everyone in the world wants access to porn, wants access to OnlyFans content. And that is a good thing. That is not a bad thing at all. I want to bring back traditional values in our society, and I want to protect young boys and girls from falling into sexual addiction because the fact is that it ruins a lot of people's lives. Social media platforms are unhealthy in multiple ways. They promote porn, they promote sexual exploitation for young people, they portray unhealthy romantic and sexual relationships that aren't supposed to be practiced. They promote cheating and a lot of other things as well. I'm not saying that all social media platforms are bad. It's more about how they are used than the intent. The original intent of social media is to stay connected to people, but unfortunately, people have used it in several ways to promote or demote several issues in our lives. As I have mentioned earlier, children are able to access social media even if they are underage, which is a bit of a problem. And it also leads to predators that are online, which happens all the time, and they target younger children, and that is a problem. Especially when parents allow their children to be on social media at such young ages, it is not the most healthiest decision you can make for your child. We need to teach our children what is healthy and what is not healthy. We need to protect them from sexual addiction and teach them good values. The first step is to target social media platforms because it is used the most in society. That is my goal. Now, I want to quickly talk about two Christian apparel websites that I am an ambassador for. This means that if you use my discount code at any time with any purchase on their websites, I will receive a small commission, but it also provides you with a small discount. The money goes to good cause. It resides in the United States. Keep in mind that US dollars are different from Canadian dollars, so you will be paying a little bit more. I purchase items from this site the most because I love their jewelry. I have two rings from this site, and I am currently wearing one right now. I don't think you can I don't think you can really see it well on this camera, but it's fine. I am wearing that one of the rings right now. All of the items I have purchased so far have been durable and pretty good quality. So I love shopping at Elevated Faith. You can buy from this website as well, but it is a little bit more girly, so I'm not sure if guys will be interested in this website. The second website will be for purchases that guys would enjoy. You can click the direct link to receive the discount, or you can use the discount code, which I've provided on the right side of the slide. This is a picture of some of the items that I have purchased from this website. I have this God is Greater Than Your Highs or Lows bracelet, a rubber bracelet. I have a golden crucifix cross ring, which is the ring I just showed you. I'm wearing it right now. I also have this ring here on the right side, and I got stickers, and then at the bottom I got a shirt. Again, you can't really see it though because my my camera is in the way. So that's fine. But I'll just move on to the next website. The next website I am an ambassador for is God the Father. The website resides in Canada, but it is pricier than Elevated Faith. However, the website has different options for Christian apparel. I especially like their hats. And this is a good website for men because they do have a lot of options for hoodies and t-shirts that are not as girly as Elevated Faith. I purchased this hat here on the left side of my slide. It's a really good hat. It's really good quality. It has great fabric, so it is good quality for the money that you pay for it. That's kind of all I wanted to say about these two apparel websites. They are nice for Christians who want something to wear that represent God as well. Lastly, I want to share my eBay account with you guys. It is not an official business, so my page will change and what I sell does change over time. If there's anything that you are interested in purchasing, feel free to look through my eBay profile, and my link tree is in my YouTube bio. So everything that you need is accessible on my Linktree account. And if you are ever interested in purchasing a resin bookmark, you can always contact me through eBay or you can comment down below in my video. At the moment, I'm selling them for about $7 or $5. It kind of depends on where you are located and whether I need to ship them or not. Or if you are local and you can pick them up or I can drop them off, it would be cheaper that way as well. That is everything for today. That is my introduction video for everyone. And I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you can be patient with me in my journey to YouTube. It is a little bit about me and a little bit about what I stand for. It's a little bit about the hobbies I enjoy and the beliefs I have. And I hope that you enjoy this video and that you will get to know me slowly when I, further my journey into YouTube and making proper videos for my channel. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time in the next video that I make. Bye now.